The food of the world, casually explained. There we go. I guess that everyone is going to be portrayed except of UK because you know, guys,
Not
UK has no food. UK gastronomy is based on stealing the gastronomy of other cultures, like they stole the Spanish gold. Bastards.
Not to brag, but I've been eating food my whole life, and I thought I'd make a video going over all the types of food in the world I can think of with a brief description. If your country isn't mentioned, don't feel bad, you just should have invented sushi or pizza. French. Interestingly, while highly acclaimed for their restaurants, it's a well-known fact that French people themselves don't actually eat anything, surviving solely on tiny cups of espresso and the feeling of superiority. You can identify if you're eating French food when you literally can't enjoy the meal because your brain is always doing the calculus of whether it was worth the money. Japanese. I love Japanese, and admittedly, I think sushi in particular is the perfect date food. Light, delicious, and I can demonstrate my high-quality hunter-gatherer genes through adroit chopstick handling and being able to swallow a whole nigiri with zero gag reflex. Another excellent Japanese food is ramen, which is the ultimate min-max dish. It's either 2 days of cooking chicken, pork, and fish in perfect balance and temperature, 3 days making a cured egg, a lifetime of mastering the oils and toppings ratio, and then pairing it with the ideal noodle texture. Or it's opening the package and eating the spicy brick. Mexican food, as it's known by us pigmentally challenged folk, is when you fry anything and serve it with chipotle mayo on a flour tortilla. I also know the word salsa.
This is literally Mexican food 101. You just grab something and put it inside a tortilla and you call it taco. That's it. Taco, fajita if it's bigger. It's how it works. And hey, it's so good.
Which is the Mexican word for homemade ketchup. Italian. There are currently 3 known Italian foods: pasta, pizza, and gelato. We hope that one day science may discover more. Spanish. Spanish food is basically the circus version of other food. Chorizo is a spicy hot dog. Churro is a deconstructed chocolate donut. Sangria is party wine. Paella is fried rice jumbo shrimp edition. And gazpacho is what the try-hard kid in your home ec class comes up with when you ask for Mexican ketchup.
No! Not true! Not true! No!
Greek. When I think of Greek food, I think of small amounts of tasty things being baked in thin pastry and then cut into geometric shapes. Spanakopita, bugatsa, a bunch of things I can't pronounce, and baklava.
Why did we get
tasty honey nut diamonds. And you might be thinking, excuse me, baklava is actually Turkish. But that doesn't fit the thin pastry narrative, so here we are. American food is often known in the United States as food, and it's characterized by extremely large portion sizes, both in the food you're being served and in the guy barbecuing it. All American food is designed to be eaten with 2 hands, but real patriots do it with 1. Hot dog, hamburger, rack of ribs, crawfish broil, BLT, turkey leg, lobster po' boy, chicken wings, Philly cheesesteak, Chicago deep dish. If a nice black lady calls you sweetie and you're suddenly wearing Crocs and a bowling shirt, it's definitely American food. Canadian. You've heard of potatoes and gravy, you've heard of cheesy potatoes, but here comes the remix. And that's what we've contributed in the last 150 years. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. British cuisine is modeled after the food your 8-year-old nephew comes up with when he asks if he can cook you dinner. Black pudding, beans on toast, toast sandwich, toad in the hole, mushy peas, jelly deals, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but he ran out of bread and used clotted.
I'll be honest, your food looks disgusting. I'm so sorry, but what is this? What is this? Like, you know, like, the British people really failed at 2 things. One of them being brushing their teeth, and the second one, preparing good quality food. But hey, their language is the most spoken everywhere in the world, so... And they have a Pokemon Center, and Europe doesn't. That's so bad. I want a Pokemon Center too.
Cream instead of peanut butter. Luckily for my nephew, is a member of the Commonwealth. You know I'd do anything for the Queen. German. One of my favorite German foods is a good old lager beer, which they serve in great excess at Oktoberfest, a famous festival that Germany holds every, you guessed it, September. Other classic German foods involve taking delicious...
This is something that has always tilted me. Why the fuck do you call it Oktoberfest when it's in September? Like, I really need an answer. Please, Germans, why? Why do you call this Oktoberfest if you celebrated on September. I have like one idea of what actually happened. I think that no tradition this nuts. No. I think that this is what happened. There were four Germans, all of them drunk because they're Germans, and it's a stereotype, and I want to be racist. There were like four Germans drunk, and they were like, hi, Tomoe, we should celebrate the beer festival. We should call it Oktoberfest. And then the other guy says, oh, but Oktoberfest is so late. And then they did it in September because they couldn't wait to just get drunk. So that's pretty much what happened.
Classics and making them a weird shape. Take, for example, wide chicken, beef Rollington, and of course, twisty bagel. Chinese. Chinese food actually has no proper name in English and can only be communicated through the number next to it on the menu. Thankfully, Chinese food has thrived in Western countries despite everyone thinking it was bad to eat MSG and raw pangolin for literally no reason. Indian. Indian cuisine is rich in heritage and incredibly diverse. Most Indian restaurants have such expansive menus, it can take minutes to find and order the butter chicken. Another Indian staple is naan, or what Westerners call, puffy tortilla. To be honest,
okay, I'll be honest here. I don't understand why every culture is getting so heavily attacked, like the Spanish cuisine, when our cuisine is so good. And I'll be honest with you, and I don't want to be flamed, but I have been to India. They have three types of food. It's spicy fish, spicy chicken, and spicy vegetables. If you go to a restaurant in India, 18 of the dishes are spicy vegetables. Usually they're like mashed. They're like a potridge. And the other two dishes are spicy chicken and spicy fish. That's it. That's Indian cuisine for you, unless you're rich. But if you're like 95% of the population or less, you probably eat the same food every day. And that's okay because it's actually good. But I don't see myself eating spicy vegetables for the rest of my life.
I don't actually know the difference. Middle Eastern. When I think of Middle Eastern food, I think of shawarma, which I do often because there are literally no kebab places in my whole city. For those unfamiliar, kebab is the international cuisine of it's 3 a.m. and the clubs are closed. While I'm not sure how authentic it is when the guy puts french fries in it, you know I'm not complaining. There's also other great Middle Eastern bangers.
I'll be honest, like kebab, it's like really bad. Any kind of kebab that you eat outside of Turkey. Like the difference between like an actual good kebab and like whatever shit we eat for 7 euros or 6 euros, where we have fries stuffed in, the difference is massive and it's so good. Like a good kebab, it's like insanely good. The meat is so tasty. And when I order a kebab in any restaurant in my city, I don't really think that I'm being served pork. Like I'm told, well, not pork, sorry, beef. You can't actually eat pork if you're Muslim. They say beef kebab. You tried, that's definitely not beef.
Like tzatziki and hummus, they're also best eaten drunk and alone with a spoon. Now you might be saying, excuse me, tzatziki is actually Greek. Well, okay, buddy, if you think you can claim this one too, then your ego's more inflated than Turkey's currency, so quit bickering or else no one gets tzatziki. Scandinavian, Nordic. Frankly, the only Scandinavian restaurant I've ever heard of is IKEA, and while the Swedish meatballs are pretty good, I'm also not so sure about the authenticity, because like, if you look at the recipe, it says beef, pork, breadcrumbs, a couple egg yolks, and you're like, that sounds like a regular meatball. So after that, I was like, okay, so what is Scandinavian food? So I looked it up and I got steak and mushrooms, pancakes. And that was pretty sus, so I decided to really go in, and then I found stuff like ragmunk and tumbarora, which like, I'm not gonna lie, I eat a hot dog in any form, but if you guys want to go international, you might want to consider some rebranding. Like, just imagining, like at the United Nations meeting,
What the fuck is that?
it's lunchtime, and the Italian guy takes out a slice of pizza, the German guy takes out a beer and a pretzel. And then the Swedish guy takes out his lunch bag
No,
and thinks to
Sweden is
himself, they're going to be so jealous. Eastern European. When I think of Eastern European cuisine, I think of three words: babushka, potatoes, and poverty. And as someone with Irish ancestry, that
What do you mean babushka, potatoes, and poverty? What are you talking about? You're getting cooked. You're getting cooked.
Comes off as a hard flex. Thankfully, instead of grandmas and potatoes, at least I get capitalism and cultural appropriation. Exactly how I like it. Australian. Australian cuisine is the most white bread food in the world. Breakfast, Vegemite on white bread. Lunch, sausage on white bread. Dinner, meat pie. Dessert, hundreds and thousands on white bread. They do admittedly have absolutely fantastic fish and chips because they can walk 100 meters to the beach, scoop Dory up from the barrier reef, and flash fire right in front of her family that's already forgotten about her. I also give a shout out to pavlova, which might possibly be from New Zealand, but my mom makes it and she likes it when I put her in the videos. Vietnamese. Vietnamese food can be identified by the restaurant being named after some type of pun involving the word pho. Pho sure, pho ever, pho true, pho you, etc. But in reality, the word is actually pronounced pho, as in farted. Guys, I waited 4 years for that one. Sorry. Latin American. Latin American food is great because so much of it is fried. Empanada, fried hot pocket. Plantains? No, you fool. It's not a banana. It's a potato in disguise, and you fry this bad boy twice. Regular banana, also fried. Besides that, the only other Latin American food I know is ayahuasca. I know about ayahuasca for 2 reasons. A, I live on the West Coast, and B, I've listened to Joe Rogan, and my name is Jamie. African food.
He's gonna skip it. Next
Korean
country.
I knew it.
I knew it. I mean, you can eat ants and the eyes of a monkey.
Foods are kimchi and Korean barbecue. Korean barbecue is usually a buffet-style restaurant where you get to cook everything yourself on a little tabletop barbecue, while kimchi is the name I call the chairman of North Korea when I pinch his fat little cheeks. Now, at this point, you're probably saying, oh no, there's 30 seconds of the video left and he hasn't said my country. But unfortunately, this isn't the local weather report birthday shout out, so I can't get everyone. If it makes you feel any better, you can scroll down and read all the comments that are like, that video was funny and accurate. Except for that one part you said about my country was completely wrong and now I'm angry. And to them I say, quit bickering or no one gets tzatziki.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Poor African cuisine got cooked. Jollof and fufu are great African dishes. You literally just said 2 pet names randomly. You just can't make this up. Jollof and fufu. Come on here, fufu. Oh, how's my good girl? Oh, you're such a cutie, fufu. Oh, I love you. Come on, what is that name? That's not a dish, that's a fucking pet. Jollof, Jollof is like a Viking guy. Like, you're like, you go to random name generator when you're like trying to make a Nordic character for your Dungeons and Dragons campaign, and you go like, randomly generate Jollof. Oh, that's a good name. Now let's check the surname. You know, like that's not food. That's pets and people. But I mean, if I were African, I would go for it. I mean, it's not like they can get picky about it, right? Cancel her chat. Oui. La bobo.